Hi guys. So today we are looking at a very interesting topic. At least personally, it is something that I find quite interesting. Past lives or reincarnation. Okay. Now I don't want this to be like a lecture session. I will like briefly talk about what this whole phenomena is all about. But before we do that, I do want to see the question in a pick a card. Who are you in a past life? Okay. I mean, this is exciting stuff. This is fun stuff. And this is something that I've always been very interested in right since the beginning. I'm sure a lot of us have had certain type of, significant past lives. So I want to section the audience in like 3 groups as per the pick a card, and then see who you were in a past life, okay? So this is fun and exciting. So my first pile is Amethyst, the mauve colored stone, purple. The second one is Green Aventurine, green stone. And the third one is Garnet, black stone. Okay, please choose your pile from this choice, and let's see who are you in a past life. So I'm first going with pile 1, which is the purple stone, Amethyst. Okay, so people who chose Amethyst pile, who were they in a past life? Spirit, what do you want to tell us about this? Okay, so the first card I have is 5 of Cups. Okay, love, 2 of Cups, and 3, victory. Okay, I'm sensing that, when we're looking at the past life, this is something that is obviously impacting you in the current life right now, okay, which is the reason why the cards have brought up this past life, because past lives can be multitude, many past lives we might have lived, depending on your soul age, right? So the most significant past life is what spirit is looking at today here in terms of who you were. Now, I do sense that for a lot of you, you were someone in a position of power. With this victory card here, 6 of Wands, you were somebody perhaps in the public eye, someone who was, maybe applauded, recognized by people, prominent position, perhaps that of kings or queens or leaders, something like that. I am definitely seeing that you had some sort of a position of leadership and were looked up to by quite a few people. Now, I do sense the other theme that I'm seeing that is in this is basically that of love, all right? I do sense you had a very beautiful love in that life, okay? A true love. Somebody who was your soulmate, your twin flame, your divine counterpart. This was equal love. This was beauty, right? And however, I do sense something happened in this life. Okay, this is the third card, which is the 5 of Cups, and 5 of Cups generally indicates loss, right? Sadness, something that we have lost not by our own accord, but something that has been snatched away from us. So I'm sensing here a sort of story that your past life story here seems to be that of public recognition, true love, and the loss of either the true love or the recognition or and fame, or both. All right, 2 extremes, like you had it all and then you lost it all. All right, so I am definitely seeing that it was a very intense time, very intense life, and you are perhaps carrying the same patterns or the same story now in this life. Okay, so perhaps you might either be in positions of authority or in the public eye, or be famous in some capacity, and also either already have this true love in your life, or you know, you are waiting for them or wishing for them with the Five of Cups. Okay, because Two of Cups and Five of Cups, right? It's like there seems to be a feeling of yearning, a feeling of loss, because either you guys have had past life memories of this person and you, or you just feel it as a feeling. Okay, so I am sensing that in this lifetime as well, this pattern is sort of coming together. This is, I do sense this is a lot about passion, love, missed opportunities, and then the reconciling of those opportunities. With this Two of Cups, I'm literally seeing a union. All right, so perhaps in this lifetime you are I'm sensing you're hoping for that person to come back. Okay, or you might have that kind of person you've met in this life and you're waiting for that person to come back, or you're having someone in the public eye who you have an eye for. Okay, and you are hoping to unite with this person, but there is some sadness. I mean, you know, these could be the different scenarios that are present, but this is your past life self letting you know that you are now going through the same pattern in this life as you had done in that life. There is true love. There's perhaps been losses in connections in the past, and there is true love and public recognition waiting for you. I think this would be the theme of this life for pile 1. Okay, now I'm going to go to pile number 2, which is the green eventuary. Okay, all right. So Spirit, who was pile 2 in their past life? Wow, okay. Emperor, Six of Pentacles, and King of Swords. So right off the bat, pile 1, you were someone very important and someone very powerful. Okay, you had a lot to give. Okay, you were someone who had a lot to give to people. I'm sensing. I am sensing here the, you know, titles of leadership, such as, and this looks like a masculine energy, because both of these are, the Emperor is a masculine energy and the King of Swords is also a masculine energy, right? So I am seeing like maybe this pile might have been chosen mostly by the masculines here in this on this channel. Okay, but in any case, even if so, I don't know if you know, but you know, like a lot of times the soul doesn't have a gender, right? The soul can come into a life as a feminine or a masculine. So if you're a feminine who has picked this pile, you could have been a masculine in the past life, or it could be that you were embodying these masculine traits or energies, you know, during that lifetime. Okay, I am seeing a person who was in a prominent position, very powerful, with the Emperor here, very powerful, as well as very bright, very cerebral, someone who was at the top of their mental acuities, very intelligent, and very generous, very giving and very generous. All right, so perhaps this is the kind of personality you might be embodying in this life as well. All right, so for example, you might be someone in a prominent position or positions. You might be somebody who is in leadership roles, having authority, being very analytical, and perhaps you also have this need to give back to people, or if not such an altruistic sort of aspiration, then maybe you just might be at heart, like a very giving sort of person, okay? Someone who wants to help people, someone who might even be into charitable works, and stuff like that, okay? But I do sense a lot of masculine energy here, so it's possible that you are very much practical people, okay? Not going more by the head rather than the heart, right? Now I do, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Knight of Cups, okay? But you are actually, I mean, you have a side to you which is very very, like, on the surface of it, you show people that you are in command, that you have everything in control, that you can give, and that you have everything sorted out, okay? But at heart you are this Knight of Cups, okay? Someone who is very emotional, somebody who loves the really beautiful things of life, emotional, charming, loving beauty, appreciating love, okay? Maybe you're a very romantic person as well. So I feel this is the energy you had in your past life as well, okay? Obviously we are looking at a past life, so you were someone very important in a past life, and perhaps you are that way here right now as well. All right, now I do sense that there is some sort of balance that needs to happen for you guys, because you're too much in your mental energy. Because at the top of the deck, I'm having 9 of Swords, which means that I think your thoughts and analysis kind of stop you from living a very authentic life, okay? So there needs to be some sort of balance that needs to come about, and I do sense that this is what you are either doing it now, or you are going to be doing it in the future, okay? But I do sense here with this pile that you guys are meant to be in some sort of leadership positions to affect or impact people, maybe masses. If not masses, then it could be groups. You have that purpose. I really feel, I don't know why I'm getting the feeling that you're short selling yourself. There is a lot much more that you can accomplish, and you had accomplished that in the past life as well, because you were the emperor, right? You were the king. Your mind is very sharp, so maybe you should use it for something bigger. But I do sense there are some worries here, but I'm sensing that at this time you guys are balancing out your energies, okay, to come to this masculine to the divine masculine stature, okay, or balancing the divine masculine energies within you. All right, so it's not going to be just about logic, okay? It could be that you are imbibing the softer sides, which is the feminine side, which is intuition, which is feeling as well, right? I think that's what's going on, the balancing. Once this is done, I do sense that in this lifetime itself you will be in a position to in prominent positions affecting masses and society, as you used to do in a past life. Wow, that's pretty amazing, guys. Pile number 3 with the garnet, the black stone. Who was pile 3 in a past life? Let's see. 10 of Cups. That's a beautiful card to come. Okay, 4 of Pentacles. And Queen of Pentacles. All right. Okay. So, pile 3 with the garnet, I'm definitely seeing that in a past life, you were someone who was very focused on your home life or on your family, okay? With the 10 of Cups here, I think the focus in your past life is mainly about looking after the family, looking after home, being traditional, and it was beautiful. I do sense with the 10 of Cups here that you had a beautiful family life, okay, children, home, husband, whatever, husband, wife, whatever. Okay, I do also feel with the Queen of Pentacles that yes, you definitely had children, perhaps two. But I'm getting the sense that in a past life, you suppressed your independence to some extent, because we have 4 of Pentacles here, right? So your business sense, your work sense, with Queen of Pentacles is a very practical person who works, who's independent by herself. So I'm sensing that, you guys, at the bottom of the deck, we have 7 of Swords, right? So maybe the thing is that, you guys kind of avoided, being independent because of the family, all right? Or you just basically, yeah, top of the deck, we have the Strength card, right? So you are actually people who are very strong, pile 3, okay? Whether masculine or feminine. You are people who are very strong and you can achieve a lot by yourself, okay? In terms of work, in terms of status, in terms of, whatever you want. But I sense that even in this life, like obviously in the past life, you suppressed it. You suppressed it because of other people, because of your family, because of societal conditioning, whatever it is, right? But actually in real life, in reality, you really wanted to stand on your own 2 feet. I'm sensing a lot of independence vibes here. So people who pick this pile, I'm sensing that you guys might be in this lifetime wanting to be very independent, wanting to stand up on your own 2 feet, okay, kind of getting out of society's opinions or beliefs, and being and becoming very strong within yourself, all right? I feel you're not going to be suppressing this. Maybe for some part of your life, if you guys do already have a family and all that, you have suppressed it in this life itself, okay? But now you're coming out of it, guys, okay? You have perhaps avoided this feeling that you've always had, that you needed to be independent, you need to do your own thing, maybe you've avoided that, and now this thing is emerging, because the next chapter, if it hasn't started already, the next chapter of your life would involve you standing up on your own 2 feet, right? Being this strong person who doesn't back down, right? Someone who I do sense with the 7 of Swords at the bottom that you guys have a tendency to be a bit lazy as well, okay? But I feel that's changing in this life, okay? Because this is pretty much the energy what I see in your past life, the way it was. You can achieve so much, right? But somehow you either put it off or you did that in the past life, and so it's carrying forward, in this one as well, right? So you have a lot of potential, but you undersell yourself, underestimate yourself. Pile number 3, okay? And I think this was what your past life personality was as well, okay? So now you are improving that, because in every life we improve, okay? Okay guys, so now that we are done with our pick a card, I'm going to quickly sort of give you in points what you can expect when it comes to reincarnation or past life recall or memories, all right? Now generally, point number 1 is, how do you get these memories, right? For a lot of you who are wanting to sort of seek some more in this area, I think maybe you can take something like a regression session. If you have any regression therapist there in your area, you can probably book a regression session, because what happens, so one of the methodologies to tap into past lives is through regression, right? So what happens is that the therapist takes you through a meditation. It is not hypnosis. You will not be programmed. Don't worry, okay? At least that's not the way I do it. I'm not sure about others. That's not the way I do it. Yes, I do definitely do past life regressions as well. Now what happens is you are put into a mild state of relaxation, okay? So that it allows you to open to your subconscious mind, and subconscious mind is where these memories are stored. All right, so one of the ways to get into past life recall is through past life regression. The second way to do it is, generally the way it happens is spontaneous recall. Okay, when I talk about spontaneous recall, I mean that this spontaneous recall can be triggered by some stuff. Okay, like for example, one of the ways it can get triggered is when you come across something, like let's say you go to a certain place where you had incarnated in your past life, and you go to that place and suddenly the memories start coming up and you feel that the place is familiar, right? The place is familiar, the people, the culture, the land, everything just looks kind of familiar, right? So it might come up like that. All right, that is one of the ways spontaneous memories come up. The second could be in meditation, like when you are meditating, suddenly you start having like these flashes of a different age, different time, with you having the same sort of face but maybe a little different, seeing some sort of a film reel of your past lives. Okay, and the third way that I feel you can have it is through a soulmate contact, a soulmate or a twin flame contact, because generally that triggers off, that person triggers off these memories, right? You could even have that, you can find that the person looks very familiar, and this starts off, the whole series of past life recalls for you. Okay, now the thing is that the second thing about past lives is that it sort of progresses. Like that's what I feel happened in my experience. Earlier, when I used to have past life memories, it used to be like, it used to come in visions, and I could just see like flashes of it, right? And then the more deeper I went, I could tap in with feelings, right? So when your past life memory is associated or comes up with feelings, okay, for someone, for that place, or even knowledge, knowledge that you would not know of otherwise, right? If it comes with that, then definitely you are tapping into your past life self. All right, because the subconscious mind is like a storehouse, right? It has all memories, all data. All right, so you could find that this, if you keep delving into this, you could find that your memories get clearer and clearer and clearer and clearer. Okay, they might start with flashes at first, and then it progresses to feelings, and then it's a full-blown film reel like thing where you could even feel like that you're living that past life. Okay, it can go up to that extent. All right, so this is the another way that you can tap into past lives. Okay, now generally, if you don't even want to go into these kind of things, the way to identify past lives or your past life self is by looking at what you are interested in your current life. So for example, like I'll give you a brief example. Suppose you're really interested in the Greek era, okay, that you love watching films with the Greek theme, Roman, Greek, or something, some culture, some specific culture perhaps, right? Then most probably you have taken an incarnation in that life. All right, which is what is leading you to get attracted. Please remember that attraction per se is something that is of the soul. If you are attracted to something or someone, it is generally an indicator that there is something significant here. Okay, so you are not crazy generally. It's because your soul already knows. So the basis of attraction is familiarity, and this is why I bring this into past lives, is because anything that's attracting you, you can generally go back in time and go into regression and see that, you know, you have probably experienced this. All right, which is the reason why your soul is kind of giving you like a signal, okay, that there's something here. Like, you know, you might have a knack for some things. Like, for example, if you are very, okay, I'm just taking an example. Suppose you are very psychic, you're very intuitive, okay, and these skills just come to you all of a sudden. Like, if I take an example, you know, like with tarot and stuff, like, you know that I've been doing this for a while now, right? And I'm quite intuitive. I do sense that I'm quite intuitive, all right? But I was not always like that, right? But I always had a knack for it, right? Like, I had this 9-to-5 corporate job, and, you know, very practical, very logical. But, you know, somewhere there used to be these instances where I used to just know, right? And we all have them, right? We all have them to some extent. But with me, with whatever divination system it was, whether it was tarot or runes or palm reading or astrology, I don't know why, I just had this knack for future prediction, all right, or the knack for just looking behind the scenes, right? So when I actually looked at my past lives, I did realize that I had trained I had trained quite well in these arts in the past lives. And I've always been very curious about mysticism, spirituality, right since I was a child, right? So you can look at your hobbies and professions and what you have a knack for and understand that, yes, you have had a past life here, okay? That's a very strong indicator. The fourth thing I would say is dreams, okay? Sometimes you have past life recall in dreams and visions, right? Obviously, we all know what dreams are, right? But visions are typically something like, you know, you can just be resting without doing any meditation practices or something, or you could be doing meditation, whatever be the case. Visions just play in your mind. The reel just plays, okay? And you might think that I'm just making this up, but it's actually not you making it up. It is you getting a download from above, all right, or from your subconscious self, all right? It is you getting a download. And generally, you know, at least I've had those instances where, you know, I've had these visions playing in my mind, and, you know, they were very specific, like right down to the fact that I could see the dress, the facial structures, you know, all of that, the whole story, you know, all of that stuff. Now, the fifth thing about past lives is that there is a reason, you know, that, I mean, obviously you can get into it or not, that's entirely up to you. But looking into past lives can give you an understanding of what is happening in the current moment. So we come into the law of karma, right? So if there is something good you did in a past life, it's coming back to you in this life. Or if there's something bad you did, it's coming back in this life. So karma per se is not, it's a very neutral term, okay? Karma is not a term which is you know, just associated or should be associated with bad, okay? Karma is neutral. There can be good karma and bad karma, right? And mostly with karma comes the word patterns, okay? Suppose you have had negative patterns that keep you repeating certain things that are not beneficial for you. You keep coming into lives to correct those patterns, because patterns are tough, right? Patterns are tough. They're like habits. Like, for example, you know, if you have the habit of sleeping at 12 in the night, like really late, let's say, okay, or you have a habit of, like, let's say, smoking or something, okay, it's tough to break habits, right? The same way the soul also finds it tough to break certain limiting habits, Now typically this could be like something that has been carrying on due to societal conditionings in that past life. Like for example, you know, women, let's say you're a woman and you've had the conditioning from society that women should not go to work, they should have a certain role or something like that. Or as a man, you know, you would have this conditioning that you should not share anything, you should be a man, not cry, be strong, blah blah, whatever. Okay, these things you might be subconsciously carrying on. Even if you are in a day and age where these things don't apply, you might be carrying on those patterns from past lives, and that keeps you limited, right? So this is one of the reasons why the soul keeps taking births, all right, to remove these conditionings. And this is the reason why, you know, during this era of awakenings, all these patterns are being looked at, all these limiting. When we say awaken, it means that the soul is coming into its own, it's breaking patterns, karmic patterns. Now whether they are within yourself or whether they are you know, with others, you are going to be going through certain testing times when it comes to these you know, when it comes to cracking these open. Like, so let's say if it's a relationship, it's, you know, all relationships are karmic, right? It's energy, it's good energy, good karma, bad energy, bad karma, right? So you have relationships with twin flame, you have karma with twin flames, with soulmates, with everybody, right? But it's about ironing it out. So sometimes you actually might have very intensely painful times even in a soulmate connection, as well as even in a twin flame connection. You can have some very, very tough times because this is you breaking patterns or them breaking patterns, and both of you trigger each other to do that. Okay, you are being shown a mirror by the person, right? So that you can see where you are wrong, where you are limited, rather, not wrong, limited. Okay, so that is another reason, that's another aspect of reincarnation. All right, now I also feel that with soulmates, okay, now reincarnation is very specific to soulmates, right? So point number 6 is that when we have reincarnated with a certain soul in many lives, let's say your soul has had 100 lives on this planet, all right, planet Earth, right? And you have incarnated, out of these 100 lives, you have incarnated with a certain soul for, let's say, 60 lives out of 100. You will automatically have an energetic resonance with that person, right? These are soulmates. Okay, twin flames is another story altogether. I am going to get more into it later. So anyways, if you have, now I do feel that souls travel in groups. Okay, like right since the beginning of the soul journey, when we first started on this planet, right? Souls travel in groups. This is what is called soul tribe. Okay, you will incarnate multiple times with this person or these people. Okay, and you will find them in many of your lives. All right, and the way you can recognize them is by your effortless compatibility, the fact that they understand you, the fact that you understand them. It's very effortless, it's very, you get along. And these souls are not necessarily only romantic, they can be platonic as well, right? This could be friendships, good friendships, a family member whom you're very close to, a relative, a co-worker, someone who gets you. All right, and obviously in a romantic sense it becomes even more intense, because romantic love is very intense, right? So you do have soulmates that you meet, soul tribe that you meet. Okay, and when you see this compatibility between you people, you can know that this person you have incarnated with in multiple lives. Okay, this is the reason for your easy compatibility or attraction, right? Now, karma, I wanted to explain that, it is the flip side of the word karma, is basically that it's not always negative. It is about lessons, it's about learning. Until and unless you have not gone through something, you will not understand what it means, right? If you've not experienced something, you will not understand what it means. Like, for example, if you have not let's say if you have not tasted chocolate ice cream, you don't know how it tastes. If you don't know, you might never go there even, right? So it's something like that, right? If you haven't known pain, how do you know what it means to be liberated from it? Something like that, right? So the flip side of karma is always a lesson. So whenever you go into past lives, okay, it's very necessary that you look at the lesson, not just the fact that okay, I killed someone killed me back, and it's over and done with. No, it works as lessons. All right, what is it that you need to learn in this? Okay, because a very tiny lesson can take many lifetimes to learn, right? Like, for example, confidence. Maybe you are maybe you're a person who's not very confident, and it has been suppressed in you in a certain lifetime, but you have taken 3 lifetimes, and yet that confidence doesn't come. So it's going to take another 3. All right, and you might come across lessons here, okay, that will put you down. But every time you push back and say, no, this is not right, I should be confident, I am good, right? That's when you break a pattern. That's where the karma, the necessity or the importance of karma comes in. So I think that is, in short, what I had to talk about in terms of past lives and reincarnation. If you are interested in this subject, you can read books by Dr. Brian Weiss, Brian L. Weiss. I think these books are what was it? Messages from the Masters, Only Love is Real, something like that. You can just type that out and see if you want to if you're interested in this topic. And secondly, if you're interested in it, you can also go for a guided past life regression, or you can try to do that even at your own house. And it's very contrary to what people say, that you're going to get stuck in that lifetime. I mean, seriously guys, how can you get stuck in a certain lifetime? It's not possible. Okay, so please do not go by these stories. Okay, if you're interested, you can always do that. You can always go to your you can always do this yourself. You can probably, I don't know, on YouTube you might be having certain meditations, guided meditations or otherwise, to look into past lives, right? And you can try doing this by yourself for 21 days. Probably do a 10-minute meditation every day, and then suddenly the memories will keep coming up. Okay, now the last thing that I want to leave you guys with on this topic is that if let's say you're trying this at home, right, during a meditation or something, and you start having this sort of images coming to you, flashes coming to you, okay, do not rationalize. Okay, let your logical mind sleep for that time. It's always good to do it under meditation, which is the reason. Okay, so do not rationalize, do not judge what is coming. Very soon, anything that is not really linked to a past life, it will go as time progresses, right? And it will become clearer and clearer. So do not judge. All right, keep an open mind no matter what. Okay, and let me know your experiences. Okay, if you want to connect with me for a past life session, or any of us, you can go ahead and do that. I am also taking face-to-face readings now, as well as face-to-face regressions and meditations and spirit guide contact and all of that stuff. So if you need to, you can always contact me. All right, and I'm going to keep coming up with more of these themes in the future. with picker cards, okay? All right, so please let me know how that works for you guys, and if you have any more topics, you're most welcome to let me know about it, okay? And also, before I go, I wanted to put the word out that we are looking to add members in the Mystic Soul tribe for various modalities. And even if not various modalities, with any new ideas, okay? If you have any ideas that we could use or that you would want to be a part of us, please let us know, okay? Write to me. We'll have a chat and we'll decide what we can do, all right? So with that, I'm going to leave you. It's a beautiful day outside. I'm wishing you guys a very beautiful day as well. Bye bye.